Just a few thoughts on victimhood. There's two types of victims. There's self-created victims who stand in their own harm's way. And then there's victims who are actually innocent, who may have been bystanders or just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like not knowing that a drunk driver, unable to know that a drunk driver was headed their way at an unrealistic rate of speed, which results in their grave injury or death. Now that's a real victim. Then we have people who have made themselves into victims. Maybe because they were victimized as a child. Maybe somebody beat them, sexually abused them, or both, or psychologically abused them, emotionally abused them. And this turned them into a victim because there was a reward in being a victim. Now we can go through and make a list of what these rewards are. However, this is an individual exercise which one would need to undertake. So there we have the two types of victims. The unassuming, actual, innocent victims, and we also have the self-destructive victims. Now, the challenge is to realize that we are a self-participating, self-destructive victim, and to get out of that victimhood. And so, how do we do this? Well, professional help would work very well if it's with a counselor who knows how to teach self-empowerment, trauma release, and reinventing oneself as an empowered individual, free from trauma. Easier said than done, right? Well, not necessarily. The problem in therapy is that too much of it is process-oriented, and the process may take years and not yield many results. There are other forms of therapy, maybe some CBT, definitely some NLP, that can walk us out of this nonsense. And then we have to practice belief change and subsequent behavioral modification. Yes, it is a lot of work. However, it doesn't necessarily take years. And this is where the rub comes in. A lot of these process-oriented therapists are nothing more than overpaid parasites. Anyway, so if you are a victim, one of the chief things I see about victims, and if you're one of these, oh, woe unto you in the days that come, you have a lot of apathy. Victims are full of apathy for things. Not all apathetics are victims, however. Some just don't give a fuck about anything, not even their own milieu. These are maybe the worst kind and ought to be ignored. They probably don't want to be awakened, can't be awakened, and it's not worth your time. So maybe we can help those who want to help themselves out of the victim apathetic pit.